up, everybody? This is Jose with Oakland Latinos United. Just on here with the Live with Jay. You feel me? Hopefully, you guys are enjoying. This is what Live with Jay number 45, I believe, or 46, one or the other. But what's up with everybody out there? Hopefully, you guys are tapping in. I'll give you guys a little bit more to get on here. I know some of you are probably watching other live feeds out there. So what's going on, man? Press that like button if you're joining. Just wanted to do a live feed because I didn't do one on Sunday like I normally do. So wanted to do a little live feed with y'all real quick. So yeah, this is Live with Jay number 45. Hopefully you guys are tuning in. Come over here and hang out. We'll talk about the last spill I made. We'll talk about some different things that I want to talk about, some different subjects. And yeah, man. And then, just talk to you guys, see what's up. You know what I mean? Don't really have a whole lot to talk about today, but we'll make it interesting. We always do. I always do. You know what I mean? We'll press that like button if you guys are joining. Come in and say what's up to you. Come in and say what's up to your boy Jose. Hopefully, I'm going to see if more people are going to join. Like that, I can get started on what I want to talk about. There's a few things that I want to talk about. And, just see what's up with y'all, man. See where everybody's at. I just did a spill the other day. What's good, shortcuts? I did a spill the other yesterday about it was called the Railroads of Oakland. Hey, what's up, Night Owl? It was called the Railroads of Oakland. It was basically like in many ways it was. I grew up on the wrong side of the tracks in many ways. And it was kind of like stories. Press that like button if you guys are joining. Kind of like stories about what I experienced growing up near the train tracks and some of the stories that I heard growing up about the railroads, about the trains. You know what I mean? And how even some of my family worked for the railroad at one point in Oakland. So it was a pretty cool video. Hopefully you guys liked it. I made it yesterday. Not my most popular video, but it was a pretty interesting spill. You know me, I like to do stuff a little different from time to time. And yeah, if you grew up in Oakland, you always grew up around the railroad tracks, or you grew up on the wrong side of the tracks. You know what I mean? What's up, Chicano Lifter? But you always grew up on the wrong side of the tracks, and that's kind of what that spill I made was about. It was about growing up on the wrong side of the tracks in East Oakland. I grew up on East 7th Street when I was a kid and partly as a teenager and hung out there a lot as a young adult. And, that neighborhood was obviously always on the wrong side of the tracks, you know what I mean? And the trains always were around us. And I remember hearing stories about people talking about breaking into the boxcars that they used to leave parked near the neighborhood back in the days. And supposedly people used to steal shit from the boxcars. They used to steal TVs, cereals, fruits, different things, you know what I mean? Because there were so many warehouses and factories around the area where I lived. So that's kind of what that spill was about. A lot of those stories were based on true stories. I can't say the names of people or nothing like that. Some of the people are dead, but still, you know what I mean? Not trying to incriminate no one. What's up, Cepeda? But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that spill. Like I said, that spill was about growing up in the wrong side of the train tracks. If you guys grew up in Oakland or in the area, or in Richmond, did you guys ever hear those stories about people breaking into trains and stealing shit? You know what I mean? Also, the story that I used to hear a lot about back in the days was the one about the guns being found in trains parked in Oakland and Richmond. Now, this is one I heard from a lot of old timers, people from back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. That supposedly they would break into like boxcars that were parked like in North Richmond or in East Oakland or West Oakland, and they would find guns, like boxes of guns on these trains, and they would steal them. Press the like button if you guys are joining in. And I heard that story from a lot of people, bro. And even the Black Panthers, I think, even talked about that story. Huey Newton and Bobby Seale talked about that. And I met a lot of old black dudes who talked about that. I think I heard that from a couple Chicanos, too. And I'm just curious if you guys ever heard anything about that. If you ever heard any of these kind of stories. That's why I made that video. to kind of give you guys some collection, some history, some game of stories about growing up around the railroad tracks in Oakland. I heard they left them open on purpose. Yeah, man. Supposedly the story goes that they would leave guns on the trains because they wanted to neutralize movements like the Black Panthers, like the Chicano movement, and the white leftist movement at the time. They wanted people to still press that like button if you guys are joining. I don't know, YouTube keeps hating on my feed so early on, but yeah, supposedly it was to neutralize these organizations in the past, and also during the crack era in the 80s. Supposedly it was like for drug dealers could use the guns to kill each other. You know what I mean? And who knows, man? I mean, so many conspiracy theories have been out there that have come true, like the CIA was press the like button again. Once again, if you guys are joining in, um, basically your video wasn't popping up. Which one? Basically, there's so many conspiracies about the CIA and the FBI. All you got to do is look up, like Gary Webb and all that stuff, how they were bringing drugs into the country to fund the Contras. You know what I mean? They were selling weapons to Iran and so many other things. You know what I mean? It's not a coincidence that Oakland and many cities in California and in around the United States were flooded with coke in the 80s. You know what I mean? And hit the like button for show. YouTube does not want me to talk about these things. They want me to talk about lovey-dovey things. But you know me. So yeah, the video was the railroads of Oakland. If you haven't checked that video, go and check it out. It's on my list of videos. I just made it yesterday. That was a spill. I hadn't done a spill in a while, so I wanted to do one. And that kind of crossed my mind. Because I still live near the railroad tracks. And I was thinking about how, like, my life has always revolved around the railroad tracks all my life. And I thought about it, like, wow, growing up poor, growing up on the wrong side of the tracks. And I remembered all these stories about people breaking into boxcars and people stealing shit from trains and guns being found. And I could remember us crazy ass kids jumping on trains when we were little on East 7th Street. I'm not on East 7th, but on Glasscock Street, which is a few blocks down from East 7th Street. And just a lot of memories, man. And I just wanted to share it. That's it. You know what I mean? And that was our backyard, basically. The railroad tracks, the bay, all the old warehouses and factories. That's just how it was. The Del Monte and all that shit that was used to be out there back in the days. If you guys remember all that, press the like button once again if you guys are joining. So if you guys like that spill, you know what I mean? Let me know. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. And please like it and comment. You know what I mean? I've been on here, brother. 510. Growing up there was hella fun. Yeah, growing up on East 7th was fun, bro. I will give you that. It was fun growing up in that barrio, for sure. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to I wouldn't want to grow up in any other hood, bro. You know what I mean? Growing up in East 7th Street, growing up in Chapman Street, it was fun, bro. It was like growing up in a movie, bro. Literally. It was like Crooklyn or like Boys in the Hood or some shit like that, but the Chicano version, you feel me? That's how it was growing up in that block. It was like a movie, literally. Everybody knew each other. Everybody played with each other. You know what I mean? Growing up out here is fun as fuck, no lie. Yeah, man. And I'm not even from Oakland. Where you from again? You're from Richmond, right? If I remember right. But, yeah, growing up on East 7th Street, just up and down Fruitvale, East 14th, you know what I mean? We had our own twist to kick it in. Yeah, man. It was just fun, you know what I mean? But yeah, like I said, my backyard was the railroad tracks, the bay, the Fruitvale Bridge, you know what I mean? That was my backyard. But if you guys haven't seen that video, please go and check the video out. Like it, leave a comment, tell me what you think. I want to drop a new spill as well sometime this week. I want to talk to Rojo from Convict's Perspective, though, a little bit. I'll hit him up on his PM private message, but rough estimate for a lot. There was a lot at one point. I mean, probably 50% of Oakland was probably factories at one point. Press the like button if you guys are joining. we got more people on here. Press that like your boy Jose. But hey Curry man, what's up, brother? But yeah, man. I want to talk to Rojo, and I wish I could talk to what's his name, to the other dude from San Francisco. It says Chicano All Star Brown Pride, but I want to talk to Rojo and the other dude. What's his name? Boxer. And I want to make a video because I realize it's the 20th year that Mexican Mike from East Oakland from the Deep died. And I never made a video on him because I didn't know too much about him. But now that he's been featured on Boxer's book, and Rojo's talked about him. I'm actually friends on IG with his cousin, with Mexican Mike's cousin, and I want to talk to them and ask them about him a little bit. And I want to make a video spiel about Mexican Mike. You know what I mean? Just talking about his life and his legacy, and how they don't really talk about like Chicanos in any form in Oakland, and just like I did a video about Fat Tone from Jingletown, I want to make one about Mexican Mike. Oakland Latinos United. I think it would be the best fit to make a video for him, at least dedicated to him. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna try to drop that soon. If not this week, maybe next week. But press that like button. But I want to know more about him because I don't know too much about him. I didn't know him personally. You know what I mean? When he was alive, I don't think I ever met him that I remember. If I did, I just don't remember because I met a lot of dudes from Oakland. You know what I mean? Over the years because of my brothers and my brother's homies. So I met a lot of homies from the town, but I don't remember if I ever met him. You know what I mean? I remember hearing about him when he was alive. I remember hearing the name Mexican Mike. A few people told me about him. I remember hearing that he was like this big time norteño who was like a baller, and people used to say he was from the Nuestra Familia. That's what I remember hearing. You know what I mean? Press the like button if you guys are joining. Please press that like button. But you know, I just remember like it was kind of like something I would hear from some of the homies. That there was this dude from the Nuestra Familia who was a big time norteño and he was a baller, and his name was Mexican Mike, and that he was from the Deep. And I remember it was weird to me, like the Deep is where all the Border Brothers are at, but people would say that he was from the Deep. And then he used to have a bar in San Leandro called Big C, I think. And my brother hung out there a few times because he told me about it. I think he got arrested near there one time. But a lot of the homies knew that fool, and they would kick it at his bar when he had it in San Leandro. And yeah, man, he tragically got killed in 2001 in Brookfield, in Deep East Oakland, off of 98, going towards the 880 freeway. I think he was driving and they shot at his car, from what I remember. But yeah, I want to make a video about that. You know what I mean? I've never made a video about him. I've always wanted to, but I didn't know too much about him, and I didn't want to put false information out there. You know what I mean? But now that there's a lot of stuff about him, I kind of want to make my own Oakland Latinos United dedication to Mexican Mike, or Mike Moniz, out there from that 9800 block from the Deep East. What do you guys think? Tap in. What do you think? Should I make a video about Mexican Mike? Man, YouTube is being brutal today, man. If you guys are joining in, press that like button. I don't know what the heck is going on. YouTube is just hating on my live feed today. But yeah, I want to make a video about him maybe this week. If not this week, for sure next week it'll come up. But I really want to talk to Rojo and to I don't know if I could get a hold of a Boxer. I don't have his info, but I'm definitely going to talk to his nephew, because his nephew's on my friends list on Oakland Latinos United on IG, and I met him before. I met him in person a couple times, so definitely going to hit them up because I want to know a little bit about him. I don't just want to put information out there that's not real. And yeah, I'm gonna make a video about him because I definitely made a video about Mexican Mike. I mean, not Mexican, about Fat Tone. And luckily, I got to talk to Fat Tone's son, Dulo, Antonio De Leon Jr. And yeah, it was a pretty dope video. I always wanted to reach out to his family, and I did, and we made the video. It became a reality. That was actually something I wanted to do for a long ass time, because growing up on East 7th Street as a kid, we all knew who Factone was. You know what I mean? We all knew who Goyo, his brother, was. My brothers knew were like this with Factone. You know what I mean? I remember Factone clearly, bro. He used to come kick it in my house when I was a kid. You feel me? That's why I always wanted to make a video about him. But the only reason I never did was because I didn't want his family to trip off me or put out saying I'm putting misinformation. That's why I ended up meeting his son through coincidence, bro, and we made that video about him. So now I made my little dedication to Factone. So now I want to make like my own dedication to Mexican Mike. You know what I mean? Because he was a Chicano. Yeah, I mean, he was a baller. He was doing his thing. I understand. He wasn't living the good life. Yeah, the more people need to know about wrestling town, tell them about Mexican Mike. Yeah, for sure. 510. But yeah, that should be a dope video coming up, man. I'm gonna try to make it. I'm actually gonna hit up Rojo. I'm gonna watch the videos that he made about that they made about Mexican Mike. They made two of them, and I'm gonna listen to I'm gonna listen to the chapter on Boxer Mendoza's book about Mexican Mike, and I'll make that video. It should be a good spill. So I'm gonna try to make that by next week. Unfortunately, I don't know what's going on with YouTube tonight, but they're just ball breaking me tonight, man. They keep hating on my live feed. I don't know why. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, that's a spill that should be coming up soon, and hopefully, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a popular one. I already know it's gonna be a popular one. Whenever you make videos about ballers or gangbangers or anything like that, it always gets gets the most views, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? I guess people like negativity. I don't know. You know what I mean? But the only thing about Mexican Mike's video, if I do make it, I don't know if I should title it as Oakland Crime Stories, or if I should title it uh, just dedication to Mexican Mike's, because you're spreading word. They want to sign and hate you for that. Yeah, man. I mean, but so many people talk so much crap on here, bro. You know what I mean? I'm not talking anything different. You feel me? But you know me, I like to get deep into things sometimes, and it is what it is. So, yeah, man, it looks like a lot of people want me to make that video. I'll definitely make it, because it has been 20 years since he died. And, yeah, why not? Oakland Latinos United, that's my specialty, talking about Chicano Raza history in Oakland, you feel me? But, yeah, man, that's probably about all I have planned. That spills, maybe the Mexican Mike one. I'll see what else I could put out there. But yeah, I want to keep on doing spills. For a minute, I got a little busy with life, and I wasn't able to get on YouTube as much. And that's why I haven't been steady on the live feeds on Sundays. But I do them from, I do them from, even if I do them on Tuesdays or Mondays, you know what I mean? Thursdays, it doesn't matter. I keep on doing them at my live feeds. They don't stop. Maybe I don't do them Sunday all the time like I used to, but I'm gonna try to go back on Sundays. Last night, on Sunday I didn't do one. I think 'cause I went to sleep early, but yeah, 'cause I had to be up early. But yeah, I just been working. I've been a little busy with life, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna stop doing YouTube. You know what I mean? Just for a minute, I was trying to set my schedule again because I was busy. But yeah, man. So that's about it about that. You know what I mean? Hey, what about that? Did you guys hear about that undercover cop? No, he was an ex-cop. They got robbed at a gas station, kind of by like kind of downtown Oakland, kind of by the 980 freeway. He got robbed, and I guess he shot one of the dudes that robbed him. Turned out it was somebody told me it was a rapper or something from Vallejo, a little youngster. You know what I mean? Did you guys hear about that? I guess they said that it was a ex-OPD, ex-Oakland cop who became a business owner. You feel me? I guess he runs a what you call it, a weed store. Weed cannabis place, cannabis club, and I guess he retired from the OPD to be a legal drug dealer. I mean, they're robbing people is always their way. Well, yeah, I just want to talk about it a little bit. You know what I mean? Heard Oakland surpassed 220. Yeah, man, it's pretty high up there. It's like 115 or something like that. But I guess this dude, he was an ex-cop. He was in like a Porsche, I think, like a Porsche SUV. And these dudes, they were trying to rob him or something. And he shot and killed one of them. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of people saying, "Oh, he killed this youngster," but hey, dude was out there. That Quan ex-mayor did that. Did what? Oh, she became a legal drug dealer. But the little homie, he was out there robbing people. Doing something he shouldn't have been doing, and that's why he got killed. You know what I mean? If you live in that lifestyle, unfortunately, it's not always going to have good consequences. Just because you have a gun and you think you could go rob someone doesn't mean that people aren't going to shoot back from time to time. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. If you live by the gun, you die by the gun. So it's sad that he died, but where was his family? You feel me? Where was where was his people to prevent him from doing that? You know what I mean? And where was his parents? You know what I mean? Why was he out there robbing people? He'd be alive right now. You know what I mean? The thing is, they messed with the wrong dude, and that was the consequences. And I always tell fools on my channel, you live that lifestyle, man. You're out there pulling licks and robbing people and gang banging and selling dope and doing the most. It comes with consequences. I don't understand this mentality that you're untouchable and that nothing's gonna happen to you. You know what I mean? That's the only thing. I grew up in the hood. Some of you probably grew up in the hood, but the one thing I never understood about the hood mentality is uh the one thing I never understood about the hood mentality is people that think that they're like above the law or untouchable, like nothing's gonna happen to them. They're never gonna get killed. They're never gonna get arrested. They're never gonna get shot. You know what I mean? I never understood that. You know what I mean? Because the dudes that think that way are usually the first ones to get killed. They're the first ones to go to jail. So I don't know. You know what I mean? And he was an ex-police chief. He shot one of the two people for trying to rob him. Cop got shot too. Oh yeah, he did get shot, I think. But I'm just saying the consequences. You know what I mean? The little homie was robbing some dude, and dude was armed. He's an ex-cop, and he was armed. I don't know if they knew he was an ex-cop. I don't know if they targeted him. I don't know if they randomly robbed him. I don't know. You know what I mean? But unfortunately they robbed the wrong dude, and it had a tragic consequence. But what do you guys think about that, man? Like people that think that they can do dumb shit and nothing's ever gonna happen to them. Me personally, even growing up around in the hood, I never understood that mentality. They chose not to think about the consequences. Exactly. It's like I was telling you guys my last live feed. I always my dad always told me, you know what I mean? If there's consequences to whatever you do. My dad would always tell me that if you do something stupid, he'll say, there's always gonna be consequences. You know what I mean? If you think you bold enough to rob, then bold enough to die. Yeah, man. And I'm not glorifying dude's death. It sucks that he passed, but what was he doing out there doing that kind of shit? You feel me? That's the way I look at it. Like, and I don't like to see anybody die, but that's just me. But if you're out there playing with the gun, you know what I mean? Gun playing, expect the people to gunplay back. It's not always going to go in your favor, unfortunately. It's just not. You know? It's just, it is what it is. Like, whatever you put out there, it comes reflect right back onto you. Well, yeah, I mean, if you're putting negative vibes out there, if you're just a toxic person that's just thinking about hurting people and doing the most, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's going to attract negative behavior. It's going to attract, attract dark energy. And unfortunately, a lot of these guys don't realize that. I had homies that they were so fucking negative. They were always just thinking about dumb shit. And I noticed that they would think about dumb and negative shit, And dumb and negative things would always come their way, even when they weren't looking for it. It would just come their way because they just had a toxic mentality. You know what I mean? And it was just, it was horrible. You know, because I never was a toxic person. I never was a person who thought about just bullshit all the time. And you know, those of you who know my videos and know my channel know that I don't glorify bullshit. Now I understand I grew up around bullshit and I grew up around people that got caught up and all that stuff, but I never glorified it because there is nothing to glorify. He handled himself real good. Most people I think might have not handled it the way, not the first time to the rodeo. Yeah, man. It's just it's just another tragic consequence, you know, of people not thinking. Press the like button if you guys are joining in. But yeah, man, it's just there's been a lot of robberies out there. There's been a lot of, you know, home invasions, robberies, car break-ins, and people are getting sick and tired of it, man. People are getting sick and tired of it, and I'm not surprised if people are gonna start shooting back, which they should. You know what I mean? I have nothing against people shooting back when their life is in danger. You know what I mean? My philosophy is protect yourself at all costs. You know what I mean? You know, I'm a big advocate of uh, uh, you know, self protection to protect yourself. You know, because unfortunately, there's just too many stupid people out there, bro, who don't think. Somebody says, "How you feel about the consequences to conceal carry?" I don't have a problem with it, man. I wish I could conceal carry. I'd fucking carry a fucking gat on me. You feel me? They glorified. I think people should be able to protect themselves, man. What's up, Jay Martin? You know what I mean? There's just too many people out there that just are too willing to hurt people for no reason, bro. You know what I mean? And not think, you know, just do fucked up shit to people. Press the like button if you guys are joining. But there's just a lot of people out there that just don't have the best intentions in mind. You know what I mean? They don't think, they just act out. You know, they just hurt people, they rob people, shoot people. They don't give a fuck. Because their mind, they're not thinking about the consequences. They think about the consequences way down the line when everything is said and done. You know, we're getting more people. Press that like button like that. YouTube won't hate on this live feed. They've been hating on my live feed all night, unfortunately. But yeah, man. Someone said that they glorify violence. They glorify. I mean, they've always done that. The media's always glorified violence. They've always glorified death. Even on YouTube, me being a YouTuber, when I make videos about positive things, they get low ratings. They get low views and low ratings. But let me make a video about some gang war that happened, quien sabe cuánto, and I have thousands of views, bro. Look at my gang. Look at my gang videos. Go back and look at my Border Brothers versus Sureños video. Look at my history of Oakland Barrios video. And look how many fucking views and likes and unlikes I have, bro. Compared to some of the other videos where I'm talking about more positive things. You feel me? You know, people watch movies for action, not peace. I don't even really watch action movies no more. I like dramas, to be honest with you. But yeah, most people for sure. I mean, growing up, all the movies that were violent were always popular. The Terminator and, you know, horror movies and shit like that. How do you feel about the attacks on the street, man? Do you believe it was racially motivated? I think it is to some degree. I mean, how I feel about it, it's not good, you know, because you're robbing, you know, the most vulnerable people. When they gonna let you do super checks? I don't know, bro. I'm still trying to figure that out. I've applied for it already, and I don't know. I'm gonna try one more time. I've tried to apply for the super checks a few times, but yeah, I want to do that eventually because I got a lot of views. It's not like I'm not getting views on the channel. You feel me? But yeah, man, it's just crazy. You know what I mean? Like I said, I just feel people should be able to defend themselves. You know, protect yourselves at all costs. Protect your families. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And press that like button if you guys are joining. But do you believe they have been racially motivated? I think to some degree they are. Maybe not all of them, but I'm sure that some of them are. Like, all those fucking Mexicans, let's go rob them. You know, that mentality. Probably goes through some of their heads. What's good? DP Stokeland in the house. Hey, what's up, brother? How you doing? What's up, JoJo? Press that like button if you guys are joining. You know what I mean? But yeah, just that lifestyle has consequences. You over a million, no, close on views. Yeah, I have a lot of views, bro. A lot. You know, especially since I've been on like Convicts Perspective and all those channels, bro. You know, for sure. But yeah, man. But it's just just want to talk a little bit about that. Another thing I want to talk to you guys about. Let's talk about history real quick. October 17th just passed a couple weeks ago, and that was the anniversary of the '89 earthquake. Who remembers when that happened? You know what I mean? I made a video about September 11th, so I just want to talk a little bit about the '89 earthquake. Who remembers when that happened? The Battle of the Bay. You know, the Giants were playing the A's in the World Series. You feel me? I was 12 years old, Cepeda. You know what I mean? It was a hot day in the Bay Area. I remember it was like what they call Indian summer. And anyone robbing anyone is a sucker. I get on my people for messing with the elderly Mexicans. Yeah, man, I don't excuse it with any race. You know what I mean? I don't excuse it with Mexicans. I don't excuse it with blacks. I don't excuse it with Asians. You know, that's just not cool. You know what I mean? Even when Mexicans have robbed vendors, I don't fucking, I think that's fucking stupid too. But anyway, I was 12 years old at the time when it happened. I remember exactly where I was. I was at the 7-Eleven right there off of 29th, by the Alameda Bridge. You feel me? Right there by Nico's. And I was about to go into 7-Eleven. I had the door in my hand, and I went with my dad. He was in the parking lot, and he yelled in Spanish, "Está temblando." And that means there's an earthquake. And I looked at him like, "Está temblando." But I didn't feel it. And then next thing you know, I started seeing the cars going like this. You feel me? Like lowriders. And then next thing you know, I started seeing the fucking 7-Eleven going like this. And you could hear it go. And I remember I got hella scared and I ran to the middle of the parking lot with my dad. And I remember the ground felt like waves. I remember that. You could see the ground like going up and down, and you could see the telephone poles like going like this. They looked like they were playing jump rope. It was a trip, bro. I remember I was like, "What the fuck? This is a big ass earthquake." And then I remember we went down East 14th, and I remember the old Montgomery Ward's building. If you guys remember that building, it was like just hella glass all down East 14th. The police had us closed off. You feel me? Um, and then because all the glass from the Montgomery Ward's building smashed into the street. And I remember we wanted to eat. We were hungry, and all the restaurants were closed. The only thing that was open was Migriense taco truck, where Goodwill is, right there on 29th. So we went there to eat some tacos after the earthquake. I'll never forget that. We went to eat. We went to eat there because we were hella hungry, and then we went back home, and I remember right there on it was on East 7th and Peterson. I remember a transformer fell on a car and it blew it up and it lit on fire. I remember we tripped out like, what the fuck? And then when we got to the house, the TV wasn't showing anything yet. It was like, you know, and then like I think of like maybe like 10 minutes later they finally started showing the news. You could see it, and that's when we started seeing all the damage. The Bay Bridge, a piece of it fell. You know what I mean? The Marina District in San Francisco was on fire, and then the biggest thing in Oakland was the Cypress Freeway, where Mandela Parkway is today, but back then it was called Cypress Street. It was a double decker. It collapsed, crushing all the people on the bottom. It was fucking crazy, bro. I had never seen nothing like that in my life, bro. To see destruction like that was crazy. You feel me? Over at Laney College, I heard hella stories. I heard San Jose Fremont's age belonged to Oakland. I remember it hit Berkeley before Richmond because my bro was on the phone with someone from Berkeley. The Cream, it hit right after. I was in shock. Yeah, man. I remember the saddest story about that. Press that like button if you guys are joining. I remember the saddest story about that was that kid. I still remember his name. His name was Julio Berumen. He was a 6-year-old kid in the car, and he got crushed on the freeway. He was a Mexican kid, and his mom got killed, and I think another lady got killed in the past. She was in the passenger seat, and they had to cut the lady in half to get him out, and then they had to cut his leg off to get him out. That was fucking brutal, bro. I think they made a movie about that. Yeah, that shit had me thinking it was the end of the world. There's a cyclist cracking. I never heard a concrete crack like that freeway did. What it do? Much love to the Bay Area homie. What's up, El Hispano? But yeah, man, it was just crazy, bro. I remember the Cypress Freeway. I mean, I was little, but I remember we used to cross it all the time with my mom and dad, bro. And I remember that motherfucker would go like this when you were riding on it. It would shake, like vibrate. Your car would go. It would feel like it would sound like that. Your car would go like. And I remember when you were riding in the middle of it, it would turn like that. I don't know if you guys remember that. Like when you would go like by where Grand is, it would turn like that. It was a trip. It was an ugly fucking freeway, bro. It's just sad it killed so many people. It was built in 1957, I think, and it only lasted like 30 years, and then it collapsed. Fucking piece of shit freeway was built, with bad rebar. They didn't even reinforce the rebar right. And when the earthquake hit, it just gave out and crushed all the people on the bottom. And it killed a lot of people, man. It killed a lot of people. I knew a few people that uh, jumped in there to help people. Yeah, my dad said that the Mexico was wavy. Loma Prieta was going up and down. Yeah, Loma Prieta was wavy, bro. Probably Mexico City in '85. I remember that earthquake. I was little, but I remember hearing about it. But yeah, Loma Prieta was bad, bro. It was fucked up. I remember driving through downtown Oakland the next day, and I remember there was just hella damage all up and down downtown Oakland. I was like, windows broken everywhere on Broadway. I remember some buildings had their walls that collapsed. It was a mess, bro. It made a lot of damage. A lot of people forget how much damage there was in that earthquake. In Oakland and San Francisco, in Salinas and Watsonville, you know what I mean, in Santa Cruz, in San Francisco, all over the Bay Area. That shit fucked people up, bro. Our house got messed up actually during the earthquake. It like moved a little bit on the foundation. You know, Walnut Creek. Walnut Creek. I got followers from Walnut Creek. Are you Persian? There's a lot of Persians in Walnut Creek. I've been seeing some hot Persian girls down there. But anyway, yeah, man, the '89 earthquake was one of those experiences. Need a shirt said I survived the '89. I remember those shirts. I survived the '89 earthquake. I think I might have had one when I was a kid, but I remember that, man. That shit was clear as day, bro. I remember it like it was yesterday. I don't know why. I just hella remember it. You know what I mean? It was yeah, they did. They had shirts that used to say I survived the '89 earthquake. I remember that. Or they had the ones that I remember the half white, half Persian. I'm telling you, brothers, hella Persians in Walnut Creek. Every time I go out there, I be seeing some hot ass Persian girls out there. I remember they used to have the ones that used to say Earthquake Series, A's Giants. I remember those too. They came out with some that said it that. I used to have the original Battle of the Bay poster, man. I fucking lost it. I used to have the Bash Brothers one too, with Jose Canseco and Mark McGuire. I lost all that, man. Imagine if people said stay smoke broken windows when the earthquake stopped. Hey, Eleazar Becerra, you're from Napa, right? I felt the motherfucking Napa earthquake in 2014 at my house, bro. That shit, it shook pretty hard. Even out here in the East Bay, bro. I could imagine what it felt like in Napa. I remember it damaged like a lot of Napa, American Canyon, Vallejo, all that whole area. You feel me? How did it feel in Napa? I remember there was a lot of damage in Napa. That was what in 2014, right? Because I remember I was home. I lived I lived by the Coca-Cola factory on 14th and Cypress. I was a little kid watching it fall apart from my eyes. Oh shit, you seen it, huh? Yeah, the Coca-Cola factory. That was on 14th and Cypress, right? But yeah, I remember. Then wasn't there a Carnation building there too, if I remember right? But yeah, man, that's crazy if you seen it fall, bro. That must have been fucking scary to see, bro. My homie of my dad seen it fall, bro. He was in West Oakland, Mexican dude. He actually went in there to rescue people. You know what I mean? My bad, hooking up next to the Cypress. Yeah, I remember the Coca-Cola fact because I remember when you would cross the Cypress, you could see the big Coke sign. It would be lit up at night. I remember that. Remember the Oscar Grant Croston, bro, hella racist motherfucker. Side, yeah, man. I remember the Napa earthquake. And I remember it was weird because I had came home from a gig, from doing a music gig that night, and I couldn't sleep. Because I remember it hit like at 2 in the morning, right? If I remember right. Something like that. It was like 2:30 in the morning. And then I couldn't sleep, so I was on the computer. Back then I still had a PC. Um, and the pipes popped out of the ground. That's crazy. So I was on the PC on the computer doing something, and I remember all of a sudden I fell. I remember the ice cream man still came to the hood. Hey, like I'm telling you, the taco truck on Riense on 29th was still selling tacos. Everything else was closed all up and down East 14th. But what I do remember, I'll tell you about the Napa earthquake, but what I do remember clearly is that me, my mom, uh, oh shit, you're on Napa over there on Cypress. That's Mandela Parkway now, huh? But me, my mom, and my dad, I remember we were in a parking lot on East 14th. I want to say it was Los Mexicanos parking lot, right there on High Street. It was like maybe an hour or two after the earthquake. And all the freeways, the bridge was closed. And I remember fucking East 14th was just bumper to bumper with traffic as far as the eye could see because all the freeways were closed. So I just remember East 14th was just clogged with fucking traffic, bro. I remember that. I was hella little, bro. But yeah, man. But going back to, I was telling Eleazar because he's from Napa. I remember I got home late that night, and it was like 2 in the morning. The earthquake happened around 2:30, something like that. And I had a PC back then. Before I didn't have a laptop then. I had an actual computer, and I was on the computer working on something. And then I remember it just fucking hit the house, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And it didn't stop. It was like it shook my house for sure. This house where I'm at now, and I said that was a fucking big one because it woke everybody up in the house. You feel me? Um, and uh, and I was like, "This is definitely a big earthquake. There must be damage somewhere because it shook the fuck out of my house where I'm at now." Matter of fact, I'll show you something. I don't know if you guys can see up. Let me see if I can get close to it. Hold on. You see? Can you guys see that crack right next to the El Salvador? That crack happened during the Napa earthquake. I swear to God, that crack wasn't there before the Napa earthquake. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that crack actually happened after the Napa earthquake. It's right above the Salvadorian flat. Watch, I'm gonna point at it. It's right here. There's a crack right here. That crack happened during the Napa earthquake. But I remember it hit hella fucking hard. And then like I turned on the news and nothing. Nothing. There was nothing on the news. I was like, wow, that was a big earthquake. I'm sure the news should be on. Um uh and then about an hour later the news finally came on, and they were talking about there was all this damage in Napa and American Canyon and Vallejo. And I was like, shit, I knew that was a big earthquake, man. You can get an insurance claim on that. Yeah, man, that always scared me because it's right next to that beam right there. I'm like, man, I hope that shit don't give out and fucking kill me one night. If there's ever an earthquake, I'm sleeping. But, yeah, man, yeah, that was a trippy earthquake. I remember I started seeing the news, and they started showing in Napa that there was hella damage everywhere, and in Vallejo too. I remember there was damage. It was a trip. You know what I mean? It was a trip. So, do you guys think if another big earthquake hit the Bay Area, would it be devastating? Can I do a Barrio Tour de San Leandro? I think I'm gonna try to do one. The reason why my football coach cried because he got scared Yeah, man. I heard about the popping explosions, like the electrical explosions in Napa. Somebody told me about that actually. But I think that was the last big earthquake to hit the Bay Area. You know what I mean? When the earthquake happened, it was 2014, wasn't it? That's what I remember. But yeah, man, that was the last big earthquake. But I'm saying, like, if another big one, like a 7 point or an 8 point earthquake, were to hit the Bay Area, say tomorrow, thank I hope not. But if it were, do you think there would be a lot of damage in the Bay Area? We are in for a bigger one. We might be. And it's been 30 years since the '89, and the last big one we had was in Napa. I think the Napa earthquake was like 6 point. I think it was big. It was a big one. Um, Scared the shit out of me, bro. You know what I mean? I swear it scared the shit out of me. It's been a long time, yeah, man. But do you think there's a lot more safety now than there was, say, in '89? That's a question I ask. You know what I mean? A virus, economy, all bad. Yeah, man. Yeah, it would be a trip, man. It would be a trip if a big one were to hit again. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was basically my memories of the '89 earthquake. I just want to share that with you because the anniversary. It was the what, '89? So it was the 32nd anniversary. Not sure. There's a lot of new construction. Yeah. Well, what about some of the older buildings? Some of the old reinforced buildings. Some of the freeways and bridges. Would they survive? Would they get damaged? You know that fucking building in San Francisco, the Salesforce Tower is leaning. You know, who knows if that shit will withstand an earthquake? I don't know if you guys heard about that. You know what I mean? I know there's been a lot of upgrades and retrofits since the '89 earthquake. Uh, and yeah, like a lot of old buildings sustained damage in Oakland during '89, but they didn't collapse. Even in Napa, I think some of the older buildings sustained um, damage with getting collapsed. I heard we're going to have a tsunami when the big one comes. I mean, a tsunami will only happen if the big one comes from the ocean. If it doesn't come from the ocean, then you don't got to worry about tsunamis. Normally, tsunamis happen when the earthquake is centered from the ocean. That's at least what I know. I could be wrong, but that would be fucking catastrophic if a tsunami hit the Bay Area. I don't even want to think about that. That'd be fucking scary. But yeah, man, for sure. It's just we live in an active area, active fault lines. We live by the water. You know what I mean? Heard they never fixed the big problems with the Bay Bridge. Maybe that will fall. I wonder if it would affect us. What, a tsunami? Hell yeah, it would affect us if it hit the Bay Area. Um, the places that are lucky, bro, are like, I gotta give, like Sacramento, the Central Valley. They don't really have earthquakes. You know what I mean? Those are the only places that don't really suffer from earthquakes. It seems like L.A. and the Bay Area where earthquakes always hit. It seems like, but it seems like up north, like Humboldt and all that, Mendocino, and then the Central Valley hardly ever have earthquakes, bro. When do you really hear about big earthquakes in those areas? You know, I think there was a big earthquake in the Mojave Desert a couple times. Yeah, they're saying that the oceans are rising. That's for sure. They get peace in return from being clowned about not being in the bay. Yeah, man, but it's a trick because those areas hardly have earthquakes. We're the fucking areas that have earthquakes. The most, metropolitan crowded areas. You know what I mean? Was Loma Prieta felt it to say, yeah, it was, because I have some friends from Sacramento and they told me they felt it, but it wasn't felt as hard as it was here. I think it was felt, but not like we felt it. You feel me? But I think they did feel it out there, but it wasn't nowhere as near as hard or catastrophic. Actually, Loma Prieta really fucked up, like Watsonville, Salinas, Seaside, Santa Cruz, all those areas over there. Uh, you know, got really affected by the earthquake. People don't talk about that because we always talk about the Bay Bridge and the Cypress, but uh, Watsonville sustained horrible damage. Salinas did too, and so did Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz's downtown, I heard, was completely destroyed in '89. I bet you a lot of you probably didn't know that. I heard that most of the downtown of someone said Arizona's better than California. I couldn't tell you that because I've never been to Arizona, but I could only imagine Arizona's a hot desert. But I could be wrong. But keep it real, bruh. Everybody wants to be in California. I'm just gonna leave it there. But anyway, yeah, the Central Coast got hit hard by the '89 earthquake. Oak tacos in Oakland suck. I think you're smoking some good stuff, brother. You're smoking some good stuff because tacos in Oakland, to me, tacos in Oakland are the second best to tacos in Tijuana. Your knowledge is ghetto 70% and 30% good. Well, I mean, I'm from the ghetto, but then at the same time, that doesn't mean my mind is always stuck in the ghetto. You feel me? I like other things in life. I like the beautiful things in life. You feel me? I don't just like the hood and being around ratchet ass people 24/7. You feel me? But yeah, man, to me, tacos in Oakland are second best from tacos in Tijuana because tacos in Tijuana are fucking bomb. I don't care what anyone says. But because my mom is from Tijuana, so you feel me? I know they're trolling. They're just mad because they probably got punked in Oakland or something. Pobrecitos, you know what I mean? It didn't pan out their way. But if you're telling me that Migrienza's not good, man, bro, you smoking some good Lanyos. You feel me? Them fools are smoking some good KJ. But yeah, man. But that's about it. You feel me? That's probably about all I'm going to talk about today. You know, I'm going to leave it up to you guys. What do you guys want to talk about? Because I'm about to get off soon. I kind of already talked about what I want to talk about. We talked about the robbery that happened the other day. We talked about, you know, my spill, Scante. I talked about possibly making a video about Mexican Mike. I talked about my spill about growing up next to the railroad tracks. You know what I mean? And you talked about the '89 earthquake, the anniversary, where I was. You feel me? Doing it live for the 31st, maybe. Oh, you moving out to the rich town? Gas price about to go up. Man, gas price is already fucking ridiculous. Oh, you know, a good thing is on Sunday, this Sunday, they're going to have the Dia de los Muertos festival in Fruitvale. It's going to be a big festival. I'm going to be out there hanging out for a show. I'll probably make a few videos out there, but come check it out, guys. Dia de los Muertos on Fruitvale, bro. And East 14th, you know, it's going to be this Sunday, bro, coming up from noon to about 6, I think. They're gonna have Aztec dancers, altars, all that stuff, bro. You feel me? Come and check it out, man. Oakland hasn't had a big Raza festival like that in a minute, so come support. You know what I mean, dude? If Arizona's so better, what the fuck are you doing in the Oakland live feed, bro? Stay your ass in Arizona, then. You feel me? If Oakland's ghetto, then I don't know what to tell you. It is ghetto. But I heard Phoenix is fucking ghetto too, with a bunch of dope fiends everywhere. You feel me? Yeah, he's probably one of them dope fiends smoking. What do they call that? They do some drugs out there called blues. You know what I mean? He's probably doing the blues. If you don't believe me, look it up. Arizona drug the blues. Arizona JCAX. I know. It's funny because last week I had a hater from Detroit. This week I have a hater from Arizona. It's funny how people love to hate on Oakland, but wish they could be like Oakland. You feel me? That's the one that makes me laugh. You motherfuckers be hating on the town and on the Bay, but y'all wish you were from the Bay. Y'all wish you were from Oakland. You feel me? That's the thing. Y'all wish you had the game we have. You wish you had the mouthpiece I had. You feel me? Tell JoJo get his boy. But yeah, man, it's just that's how it is. Motherfuckers wish they were us. You know what I mean? Oakland's ghetto, but the world is a game and sideshows. They want to copy the game and the sideshows and our lingo, bro. But then they want to say we're mayateros, that we're this, we're that, that we don't want to be Mexican, that we're fake. And look at them, bro. Them they straight trying to copy us, bro. You feel me? But hey, I take it with pride because I'm from the town, I'm from the Bay. You feel me? And I have nothing to be ashamed about. That's just how it is. You know what I mean? Why you on here? I know I'm saying, what are you doing on the Oak Bay Area uh, live feed if you hate the Bay Area so much? That's the one that boggles my mind. You know what I mean? That's like if I went to say Gunner. Okay, let's say Gunner. Gunner's from where? Modesto? No, Merced. Say I didn't like Merced, and I went to Gunner's page and said, "Hey Gunner, I don't like Merced." He's probably gonna say, "Well, get the fuck out of there, puto." Menudo time. But you know what I mean? It's like, why the fuck would I go on there to make fun of him about Merced, or say, I don't know, Neil Azad? I was like, go on his page and be like, "I don't like L.A." You know what I mean? He's crying like, well, don't come on my page then, puto. Stay your ass in Oakland. So, you know what I mean? I don't go on other people's page. Sauce in that fashion. The Bay Area is soft. Yeah, there's some places that are soft, but Arizona's soft too. Man, the last rap group I heard from Arizona was those Lost in Love motherfuckers. What were they called? Back in the days, that those dudes that made that chick song. That I wanna be lost in love. That's all fucking Arizona's known for, bro. You feel me? What was that group called? The Nasty Boy Click or some shit? That was like the only thing I've ever heard come out of Arizona, bro. No lie. Straight up. Straight facts. You feel me? But these niggas want to come on here clowning, bro. It's all good. I got jokes too. I got jokes too. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Like I said, people want to be from the Bay, but they can't be. I know Arizona, they slapping Mac Dre. They be trying to talk like us. You feel me? It's funny, bro. Even in LA, I see some of the videos of dudes trying to talk like that. Mac Dre was the only good rapper, bro. You don't know much about the Bay Area, brother. That's all I could tell you. I could name probably 10 rappers who were on Mac Dre's level, bro, from the Bay. You feel me? And that's facts. Okay, bro, then get your ass off here then. What the fuck are you doing here talking to me? I don't give a fuck. Stay your ass in Arizona in your desert, bro. People want to be from the Bay, but it's too expensive. Yeah, man. It's all good. They could stay. They could stay in there. You know what I mean? Baking in the fucking sun in their desert. You feel me? You know, with a bunch of rednecks everywhere. I don't know too much about Arizona. I mean, I'm not. I don't got nothing against Arizona. For sure, Newark in the house, West End, Newark. But yeah, you know what I mean? I don't got no hatred towards Arizona, Texas, or any other place, bro. Or even Detroit. Remember the last time there was some dude from Detroit running his mouth on here? But yeah, man, it's like I don't got no hatred towards nobody. But if you're gonna come on here clown, you're gonna get clowned back. Yeah, he's our pal's son. Our pal was molesting him back in the days. That's why he's mad. Detroit. Yeah, there was some dude from Detroit on here last time. Probably the same dude, maybe. Now he's from Arizona all of a sudden. Because last week he was saying he was from Detroit. Saying Oakland is this and that, and Detroit's better. And I was like, okay. Even though Detroit is a city that was filed for bankruptcy, that's falling apart infrastructurally. So, I guess so. You know what I mean? I don't know what to tell you. But like I said, I ain't got no hatred towards anybody. It's all love. Because there's people from Arizona that support my channel. So, you feel me? I'm just clowning these trolls. I don't got nothing against Arizona. I don't got nothing against Tejas. None of those places. But anyway, what's up with y'all? Leave me a little comment. Let me know if there's anything you want me to talk about. You know what I mean? Real quick before I get off. Trolls Need in Life. Man, I ain't from the Bay. Yeah, man, we already know. Everybody want to hate on the Bay. Everybody want to talk shit about us, but they wish they were here. Yeah, Arizona. I mean, Steve Flores, Arizona. I mean, I heard it's just a hot desert, bro. You know what I mean? Over here, it's like we have lovely weather in California. I've been to Texas, I've been to Kansas City, I've been to Chicago, bro, and their fucking weather sucks. You feel me? Their weather sucks ass. You know what I mean? I've been out there, and God, that fucking weather's torturous. I'd be mad if you lived under 400 degrees. The only rapper there is Big Locote. I never heard of him. Talk about Tijerina. You know, I'm gonna make a spill about him. You know what I mean? It's been a minute. Call me King Tiger. You know, from New Mexico. You know, he was part of La Alianza. Yeah, I heard something about the A's. I think they're voting to they're voting to keep him, right? I think. You know what I mean? That's what I heard. Hopefully they stay, man. I don't want to see the A's leave. He likes extra meat. He likes extra meat on his tacos. But it's all good, man. You know, like I said, I ain't got no hatred towards nobody. You feel me? But if you're gonna come on here trolling, I'm gonna have to clown back. Don't think I'm just some fucking punk that's gonna let you come on here talk shit to me, and I'm not gonna say nothing back. So if you're gonna troll, get ready for me to talk shit back, bro, and get ready for everybody on here to roast your ass. You feel me? But yeah, man. So be on the lookout. I'm definitely gonna make out. What the fuck? Where'd that come from? Um, Joe Biden's dementia. Does he have dementia? But I'm gonna make the video about. I don't know too much about Joe Biden. Honestly, I don't really give a fuck about him or Trump or any of those fucking losers. But I'm gonna make a video about uh in California. I'm gonna make a video about Mexican Mike. Hopefully this week or next week. Most likely next week, but I'll try to get it this week. And that should be coming out soon, bro. I think that's gonna be a very popular video. You know, because people like to know about this kind of shit. You know what I mean? But why not? You know, he was an Oakland legend in his own right. You feel me? You know, he's one of those ballers out there in the town that don't get talked about. Same with Mexico with Fat Tone. That's why I made the video with Fat Tone's son. So be on the lookout. But I do want to talk to Rojo because Rojo was really close to him. I want to ask Rojo some questions. I'm gonna hit him a private message tomorrow, and I also, like I said earlier, I have his nephew as a friend on IG, so I'm gonna hit him up too and ask him a couple questions. And I'm gonna watch Rojo's video about Mexican Mike, and I'm gonna make uh, I'm gonna make I'm gonna listen to the chapter where Este Loco de Boxer Mendoza talked about him. Did Mexican Mike have kids? I think he did. I think I heard he did. You know what I mean? I think he did have kids. I don't know how many though, but I think he did. You know what I mean? But that dude right there left, from what I heard. You know what I mean? He led a brutal life, bro. Somebody said what? It cost what? 5.21 cents in West Oakland. Shell, damn, which West Oakland? The one on Market? The one right there by the Acorns? Mexican Mike was humble. Yeah, I've heard from a lot of people he was humble. Like I said, I personally never met him, but I know a lot of folks that knew about him. You know what I mean? And I've never heard no one talk shit about him, bro. Just like Factone. I never heard nobody really talk shit about Factone, bro. That was another Chicano baller from the town. You feel me? That I knew him though. I remember him. But Mexican Mike and then Factone, you know, as notorious as their reputations were, I never heard people really talk shit about them, bro. You feel me? And I have a lot of cool memories about Factone. And I talked about in my spiel I made about Factone a while back with his son. Um, but like I said, I never got to meet Mexican Mike. My brother met him. My brother been to his bar too. They used to be in San Leandro. It was called Big C's. You feel me? I never got to go to that bar, but my brother went there a few times, and a lot of the homies that he knew from 36 and 38 used to go there. And also, my brother used to know some homies from Davis Street locals in San Leandro, and I think they used to hang out there a lot too. So, You feel me? Definitely heard about him, bro. I used to hear about Homeboy. Don't you love how the Bay is melting pot? People from all walks of life living the Bay. That's dope. Yeah, I mean the Bay is an international place, brother. LA is too, really, if you think about it. But really, the whole California is. But cause believe it or not, bro, I was in Sacramento a while back, and I realized that Sacramento is very diverse, like Oakland in many ways. Our mamas, we hood. How the pupusas in Oakland, they're okay. They're better in San Francisco, in my personal opinion. They're pretty good in Richmond too. um, I'm half Salvadorian, so I should know. But yeah, man, I'm gonna make that video coming up. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try to make it this week. If not, I'm gonna make it next week for sure. That video will be coming up. I promise you guys. You feel me? A lot of people move from here to Sac. Yeah, oh yeah. Because when I lived in Sacramento in the early '90s, bro, I lived there for 3 years, and there weren't very many Bay Area people back then. But now it's like the little Bay Area out there. But yeah, it's Sacramento's pretty diverse too. You feel me? The valley is kind of safe. Depends. I mean, look at Stockton. Stockton's grimy, bro. Modesto got some grimy areas too. What happened to the young that got killed by FBI agent? Uh, he got killed, bro. I don't know too much if anything came out since. Wouldn't say Stockton's not. Stockton ain't safe, bro. Stockton's hood as fuck. Even Modesto. I went out to Modesto with my friend and we made a barrio tours, and there were some pretty janky ass areas in Modesto, bro. Pretty ghetto areas, I gotta admit. It's alright, y'all. I'm getting sleepy. I gotta wake up in the morning. I gotta be in San Jose in the morning. I've been working out that way towards San Jose, Sunnyvale, Fremont. I've been working in those areas. So I'm gonna be out in San Jose, big San Jose, SJ, 408 tomorrow. And yeah, I gotta get some sleep. You can see my eyes are half closed. I'm getting sleepy, so I'm gonna talk to you guys, man. Thanks for joining this live feed, live with Jay, number 45. You feel me? I'll definitely come out with another one. The live feeds are gonna continue, bro. I'm not gonna stop doing those. I know the spills have been. It's been a minute. I did one yesterday about the railroads in Oakland. If you haven't checked that video out, check it out right when you get off this fucking live feed. Leave a comment and like the goddamn video. So check it out if you haven't seen it. It's called The Railroads of Oakland, and it talks about the whole story about me growing up around the railroad tracks in Oakland. It's a good book. A good book. It would make a good book, but it's a good video. Check it out. It's on my videos. I made it yesterday. It's about me growing up in East Oakland and about me growing up around the railroad tracks. And it's interesting. It's interesting. So just watch it. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. And if you haven't seen it, like I said, once this live feed stops, go to my videos, check it out, leave a comment, and like the motherfucker. And share it. So I'm going to get off, y'all. Keep it raza. Chicano power, like I always say. Brown pride. Let's put this way. Arizona didn't exist when we know for Diamondbacks haven't been relevant since never. What about the Cardinals? They've never won a Super Bowl, right? But, the Arizona Cardinals. But, yeah, man. I'm about to get off this bitch. You guys be safe. Chicano power. Raza power. You feel me? Be safe out there. These streets are hot. Don't get caught up in nothing I wouldn't get caught up in. You feel me? But I'm about to get off. I'm going to talk to you guys later. Late.